Hello everybody, welcome to Nexus Gaming Series. This is Season 5 playoff matchup between Division D West teams Longhorn Gaming and Rainbow Spectrum. We're going to Infernal Shrines for Game 1. Map is picked by Longhorn Gaming, who is the 2nd seed tonight, playing against Rainbow Spectrum, who is the 7th seed. Round 1 of Division D West playoffs here for you tonight. Starting a little bit late, that's my fault, folks. A little under the weather, but we're back. We're ready to go. Should be into the draft here in just a moment. We'll look at the bracket before we get into things. Hello everyone. I think I have the done some last minute adjustments here, so you're gonna see some funky behind the scenes stuff. All right. So there's our playoff bracket in Div D West. Looks like so far Lightly Salted is the first to advance on the western side. Alright, just a little delay there, but we're getting into the draft here. Kabam! Alright, so on the left side of your screen we have Longhorn Gaming. They chose this map, so they will be second when it comes to bans and picks. First pick, or first ban actually, will be for Rainbow Spectrum. And once again, our map bans Longhorn Gaming, banned Volskaya Foundry, and Rainbow Spectrum banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen. So, starting everything out on Infernal Shrines. Let's see what the priority is here for removing somebody. It's going to be a front line, shaping the front line here with Diablo getting the hook. And Asmodan, pretty common ban there. No crazy surprises from Longhorn Gaming quite yet. Wonder if we'll see more meta tonight, if we see some pocket picks going into playoffs. If you're ever going to be super tryhard, now's the time. Mrs. Windup Bird, I did make it. Sorry for the weirdness, but we're back moving forward. We have a Kerrigan ban, so Kerrigan Diablo are the targets for Rainbow Spectrum's ban powers, and we finish off first phase of banning with a Tyrande removal. First pick, Genji. It's a Genji game, folks. Hey, Gender Druid, good to see you in chat as well. Looks like we have some Rainbow Spectrum fans in the house. We're awaiting a Genji response here from Longhorn Gaming. Wonder if the Genji will change how they were going to approach this map. Alex Straza and Urel. Alex Straza often highly prioritized on this particular map. As we all know, her dragon has nice AoE capability, both in terms of damaging and healing at the same time. Hey, it's Hex337. Thanks everybody for joining us. Sorry about the late start. Totally my fault. Alright, response will be Deckard Dahaka from Rainbow Spectrum. So we have our healers on board, Alexstrasza and Deckard. We also have our offlaners, rather, so it's Yrel versus Dahaka in the offlane most likely. Some powerful meta choices there. Quite often we see those two banned, so it'll be fun to see that matchup happen. Johanna, one of the most popular warriors this season, won't be in this game. Longhorn Gaming says, no thank you. You took Diablo, we're taking Johanna away. In case you are just joining us, this is Division D West, Round 1 of the playoffs, NGS Season 5. This is a best-of-3 situation. Final ban, Jaina. Jaina's been strong all season long. So it's probably wise to get rid of that one. Make a little change here on the next screen you're about to see. As we wait for the next picks, it's going to be Hanzo Muradin. Longhorn Gaming starting to show their hand in terms of DPS. And it's going to be, wonder what the frontline contest is going to be. Muradin versus whom?
Here we go again.
Alright, it's going to be Garrosh with a Chromie pickup. Chromie has not been all that popular since her recent changes. So that's going to be interesting. Hanzo, also a pokey style hero. Garrosh really good at zoning, protecting mages like Chromie. And our final pick of this draft for Game 1 is going to be Tracer. Some unusual heroes in terms of what I've been casting this season, what I've been seeing in my casts. Mystic Hots, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. You're amazing. I don't have my alerts turned on during NGS casts, so I'll just thank you personally right now, right here and now. There's also a 2-minute delay on NGS streams, so if I don't respond right away, that's why. Alright, let's get into this. Woo! Bam! Muradin! Gonna be played by Creedy34, Tracer played by Pizza Dog, Hanzo played by Caldo Soup, Alexstrasza played by Dweezy, and Rusta is gonna be playing Yrel. That's Longhorn Gaming, folks. Rainbow Spectrum in the red, Genji played by Plur Ninja, E-Day15 is going to be piloting Garrosh. We have Nemesis on Chromie, Wono on Deckard, and Ulysses playing that Dahaka. Really strong drafts with some rather unusual picks. Thinking of Tracer, for example. I don't really see Garrosh a whole lot in the games I've cast this season either.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
But we're porting in. We're good to go with Game 1. See the GLHFs coming out for everybody. Longhorn Gaming gathered in the middle, but Yrel, Rusta, hanging out in that top lane.
10 seconds.
This was Longhorn Gaming's map pick. So we'll have to see if they're especially well practiced here. Follow Rainbow Spectrum into the middle. And we have some level 1 talent picks here. Muradin going with Third Wind. A little bit more sustain. Makes sense. The objective fights tend to be sustainy in nature. Pulse Strike, Simple Geometry, Live and Let Live, and Maraud's Insight. Rainbow Spectrum Chromie going with Mounting Sand. Deckard going with Sapphire, getting all jammy with it. Tissue regeneration, swift as the wind, and Warbreaker. Starting to see how these two teams are going to rotate and navigate the lanes early on. Also have to keep an eye on how the mercenary camps are treated. They can be especially impactful on this map. And they just spawned, so let's take a peek at the top lane real quick. Like to give the offlaners some camera time. Flare Ninja getting some special attention. 40 health and now 0 health. Muradin securing that kill on Genji. Longhorn Gaming making a statement early. We're not afraid of you, Ninja. Camps are being started now. Longhorn Gaming started theirs. And they're kind of poking their nose over at the red side of the map. Might see a camp invade after that. Longhorn Gaming showing some interest in moving on over to the right side of your screen. But instead we're in the lane. Caldo Soup using that mobility. Oop, but getting rooted by Deckard. Dragon popped in the second minute. Dweezy not afraid to use that dragon whenever and wherever. Looked like there could have been a potential full-on engage there, I suppose. Rainbow Spectrum finally working on their camp after they were bullied off of it maybe a little bit earlier. Full-on fight over it's taking place. E-Day getting really low. Of course, Garrosh just gets more armor, but that's not going to be enough. And here's a pick on Wono as well, so 2 more kills for Longhorn Gaming, and the camp is secured. Longhorn Gaming up 3-0 on that hero kill count. X making a point, wave clear lacking for both teams. I think that's pretty accurate. We have a shrine after this camp was taken. Shrine is active. Longhorn Gaming getting us started. Both teams at level 5. You have to get 40 minion kills here to secure the Punisher. And it looks like Rainbow Spectrum will have to come in a little bit late on this if they are going to at all. They looks like they're going to be opting for XP farming instead. Sometimes you can let this first objective go to the opponent just to maybe get a little bit of XP lead, which Rainbow Spectrum does manage. They're just slightly ahead. Will be an Arcane Punisher. Everything going according to plan in terms of defense. The jump was handled quite nicely by Rainbow Spectrum. Longhorn doing a nice split here. 3 hero support. Hanzo went mid to get some XP. Urel hanging out top lane. A 1-1-3 in support of Punisher is a pretty smart way to do it for this first objective. It's pretty weak on its own. There's some decent value there. Got both of those towers down, front gate. A little bit of fort damage as well. Longhorn Gaming moves on over to their siege camp. Still 51 seconds remaining on the red siege camp for that spawns. Rainbow Spectrum considering some kind of aggression here. And they pick out Pizza Dog. Tracer can be notoriously hard to kill. Genji as well, but Genji will die. Bot lane going unattended for the moment. Both teams at level 7 now. Look at some more builds. We have Thunderburn and Give him the Axe from Muradin. Tracers going with Parting Gift and Bullet Time. 3 members of Longhorn Gaming working on their bruiser cam. Most of Rainbow Spectrum still in the middle of the map. Hanzo going with serrated arrows and never outmatched. Alex Straza, Surge of Vitality into Life Blossom. And Urel is going with Aegis of Light and Holy Avenger. Both teams just kind of moving around the map looking for some advantages, and we might see a Dahaka play on Dahaka. Ulysses having to juke and move around, but the pick will be successful. Lore Ninja also low as a result of that. Five kills to nil so far for Longhorn Gaming. Everything looking good for them. They got the first objective, and they're getting some decent siege pressure on this top gate, which is pretty much completely destroyed. And there's another Genji kill. Tracer getting the credit for that. Ide surrounded and blown up. Rainbow Spectrum having a tough early game, but in terms of XP, they're still within a level. So anything is possible. I heard a wise person say once that if you stay within 2 levels, game is still within grasp. So we'll see how that works out as we enter. Would you call this the late early game? We're at level 10. We'll look at some more talent choices here, including ultimates. The shrine is now active at the very top of the map. Longhorn Gaming's on it right away. We're looking at Avatar, Quantum Spike, Dragon's Arrow, Cleansing Flame, and Ardent Defender. And now Rainbow Spectrum have their ultimates. Slowing Sands, Isolation, X-Strike, and Warlord's Challenge, with Deckard finally going with Stay a While and Missile. Taunt going out on Creedy 34, but not enough damage to take out the extremely beefy Dwarf Warrior. So there was an attempt from Rainbow Spectrum. Wasn't enough, though, to prevent the Punisher from being taken once again by Longhorn Gaming. They're going to go ahead and march down full team support this time. Although, just as I say that, Alex Straza... I don't know. Not Alex Straza. Urel moved away. There's going to be a Bruiser Camp steal. Lore Ninja aware of it, unable to stop it. 4v1, that would have been a tall order. So this top lane gate is going to go the way of the Dodo. Punisher's down. There's a throw on Pizza Dog, some chromie damage. Stay a while and listen comes out. Catches a couple members. Nemesis hanging out right in front of the gate. Chromie doing a little bit of frontline work. Oh, and the stun on Garrosh into the Tracer Bomb. Ulysses now in trouble. Burrows underground. Is able to walk away. 3 heroes stunned by the Hanzo arrow, but no follow-up. Still a tower alive in that gate apparatus. Meanwhile, Ruste is getting some work done bottom lane. Kind of free pushing this fort with a bunch of minions and a Merc camp. That's going to be another building for Longhorn Gaming. They're up 6-4 in structures, 8-0 in kills, but it's still 13-11, almost 13-12. Rainbow Spectrum clinging to that XP differential. It's so critical. But now they do have that talent tier to deal with. Longhorn Gaming up by 1 talent tier. Let's look what the 13s are. Actually, I'd like to look at the builds for Rainbow Spectrum real quick. Chromie did Draconic Barrage into Dragon's Eye and now Timeout. Deckard went with Potion of Shielding and Emerald. Dahaka went with Hero Stalker and Feeding Frenzy. Genji with Strike at the Heart and perfect defense. Speaking of defense, this fort is being aggressed on by Longhorn Gaming. They want to extend their structure lead. And Garrosh, Indomitable, with Into the Fray. So those are the earlier talent picks. Zool Rules in chat says, still close at XP and structures. Oh, but we have a Chromie kill. Stay a while and listen. Trying to set something up, maybe a counter kill. With Chromie gone though. Damage is going to be lacking just a bit. And down goes one of the Shimada brothers, Tracer, with another kill. It's going to be 2 more kills, 10-0 for Longhorn Gaming, but still they're only 1 level up. Almost 2. Game is still within reach as such for Rainbow Spectrum. We just need to find their team fight eventually. Put it all together. Another camp taken by Longhorn Gaming. They're going to move to the middle, maybe the bot. But they might clear up some XP in the middle. But this is definitely more important. Longhorn Gaming moves on in, plants their flag right in the middle of this objective zone. Probably trying to get some poke work done. Ide moving in. Nemesis taking a bit of poke damage. Ulysses and Plur Ninja trying to make something happen around that bottom vent. Out comes Dragon. Stay a while and listen, getting some work done there. Rust stays super low. Uriel will die. But Ulysses and Wono also in trouble. That's going to be a Decker death. Creedy below 400 health, but it's Muradin, so it's potential for healing up. Nice 2-person stun there from Ide 15. Ulysses super low. Pizza Dog making a move with Tracer, trying to kill Garrosh. Garrosh was down to 4 health before dying, and Chromie is going to be the 3rd member to fall of Rainbow Spectrum, and there goes Genji. So that's a 4-1 engagement overall. Only Dahaka remains. They're going to have to clean up this keep. Yeah, it's history. First keep of the game goes to Longhorn Gaming. And they're going to wait. They're at 39 minions killed on the objective. They want to get some more macro stuff taken care of before they go ahead and unleash that beast. That's something that you see quite often. It's a very smart tactic. Pretty easy to just kill 1 more minion, so why not delay it and get more done? Rainbow Spectrum using this time to secure their bruiser camp up top. Wonder how long this patience is going to last on the part of Longhorn Gaming. Not long. They go ahead and finish. Summon that Frozen Punisher. Rainbow Spectrum down to 2 keeps. You're going to have to monitor that top lane. Dahaka's doing just that. It's one reason why that camp take up top is pretty smart. Dahaka will be able to burrow down here whenever it's absolutely necessary, pushing top lane in the meantime. There's the jump in. That's going to free Longhorn Gaming up to put a lot of damage out on this keep. Rainbow Spectrum now with a desperate defense. 15-17, they don't have their 16 talents. It's going to make that a little bit more difficult. Down goes that keep. There's the stay a while and listen, catching a couple of Longhorn Gaming members, but it's going to be Rainbow Spectrum, the first 2 deaths, first 3 deaths. Longhorn Gaming using that tier advantage to the fullest extent here, and that's going to be GG in game 1 as Longhorn Gaming takes this core down to 0%. taking a 1-game lead in this best of 3 contest. Ooh. Longhorn Gaming taking the reins early and not letting up. Rainbow Spectrum doing well to stay close in terms of power levels, but never quite able to get the team fight they needed, it seems. Look at some numbers here for just a moment. I only have a logo for one team because I think Longhorn Gaming didn't have a logo available, so that's why you see one logo on the screen, by the way. Muradin, a lot of clean sheets on the side of Longhorn Gaming. Only Urel suffered a fatality there. But Muradin absorbing the most damage of the 2 tanks, 66k. Alex Straza with top healing in the game with 74k. Quality work there. Top hero damage for Longhorn Gaming goes to Tracer with 30k. Chromie responding with 52k damage. Getting a lot of damage out. Only 1 kill. Did get the soul kill for Rainbow Spectrum. And what did Decker do? 32k healing. In a 15-minute, 38-second Infernal Shrines match. Alright, so we're going to have to get the second game going here. If Longhorn Gaming wins that, they'll be moving on. Rainbow Spectrum is going to be looking to extend this series to a 3rd game with a Game 2 win. Alright, so we'll be back in just a moment, folks, with Game 2. Go back to the bracket screen in the meanwhile. See you on the flip side. Alright folks, we have the lobby built. Let's see if both captains are ready. Our next map is going to be Cursed Hollow, chosen by Rainbow Spectrum. So that means Longhorn Gaming will have their choice of heroes to start off the draft, which will be coming up in just a moment. Hey, thanks for the compliment, Himibo, on the music. Just checking on if both teams are ready. Looks like they are, so we're going to be heading out to the draft here. Alright, so here we are back in the draft. Cursed Hollow is our map for game 2. Get rid of my interstitial music. Go back to what Blizzard is feeding us. Mystic Hots, yes. Good job on the bracket. Looking good. Alright, so Longhorn Gaming took game 1. As I said before the break, this is a best of 3, so if they win this match, they are moving on, as you saw in the bracket. Meanwhile, Rainbow Spectrum, they can still take this if they win the next 2 games. 2 wins and they move on. The playoff tension is real, folks, as we have an Asmo ban to start off this draft. What's the first ban going to be? Maybe there'll be some respect bans coming out, perhaps, from Rainbow Spectrum. And they're sticking with the Diablo ban. And our next ban from Longhorn Gaming is going to be Hanzo. They want to get rid of that mobility. Hanzo can jump over all those little hedgerows. This maze is a bit of a map, or this map is a bit of a maze. Oh my god. I'm going to win an Emmy for tonight's broadcast. I can feel it. And final ban of phase 1. I think most people would say that Kerrigan's kind of broken right now, so no Kerrigan in this match. But we do see a return of Genji. First pick Genji again. Alright, and the response to Genji is going to be Tyrande and Dahaka. Dahaka, a very popular pick on this huge map. Excellent split pusher. All that mobility. Great CC. High survivability. Multiple health bars available for the dinosaur. And Tyrande, post rework, back in that solo healer category and doing well. Giving you those long distance stuns. Could be some nice follow-ups to the Dahaka tone plays. We'll see how that works out. Longhorn Gaming with a Brightwing and Muradin securing their front line and their healer. Brightwing giving you those silences via polymorph. Really great CC. Potentially great healing as well, especially if you go with the teleport, doing that percentage healing. Muradin has a huge health pool via avatar, be even more value. We have a Urel ban from Rainbow Spectrum. Longhorn Gaming finishing off the bans by saying no niche to the garage. A couple of heroes from the last game will not be in game 2. Yeah, fortunately that didn't have anything to do with my vocal cords or anything like that. So, all right, Anubarak Greymane from Rainbow Spectrum. Followed up by a Junkrat and Zagara. So lots of poke. The split push from Zagara. Zagara can be nasty. She can become a global at level 10 as well.
Here we go.
And our final hero choice from Rainbow Spectrum will be Valera, getting some stealthy action in. Some silences. Some stuns. Some creativity possibly out of Valera. She has that kind of kit. She can surprise you with her approach to fights. And get some nice picks as well. Anubarak Greymane, excellent frontline, lots of control. Greymane with the blow up. Gonna be interesting, folks. Creedy34 is gonna be playing Muradin for Longhorn Gaming. Rusty is playing Brightwing. Caldo Soup on Junkrat. Dweezy playing Zagara. And Pizza Dog will be playing Genji. Wono's playing Tyrande. We have E-Day15 for Anubarak. Nemesis playing Valera. Plur Ninja on Greymane. And Ulysses playing Dahaka for Rainbow Spectrum.
Prepare yourself for
Reporting in now.
heroes.
The Hollow is real. It is cursed. I like saying cursed Hollow. Do you say cursed or do you say cursed? What do you prefer, chat? Game 2 Hypu. We're seeing an interesting split here.
10 seconds.
Player Ninja and E-Day15 hanging out in the top lane
5,
as the GLHFs
3,
appear on
2,
screen.
1. Well,
Nemesis
what are you waiting for?
making their way down that bottom lane. See a 4-1 initial split. Zagara is going to be going to top lane. Longhorn Gaming kind of figuring out what they want to do. 3 members of Rainbow Spectrum hanging out in the top lane. Plur Ninja took a lot of damage. Zagara can put out the hurt, especially early game. They don't want any kind of Zagara cheese happening. Rainbow Spectrum doesn't. Dahaka in the middle. So we have some unusual lane assignments. I guess you could say one of Dahaka's weakness would be poke damage, and Zagara is really good at that. So maybe Ulysses didn't want to face off against Zagara in that top lane right away. And we have Valera versus Junkrat in the bottom. Unusual matchups. Greymane taking the vision. Oh, it's going to move up to the camp. Thought there might be a move to a 2-on-1 in that bottom lane, but it wasn't to be. Longhorn Gaming also working on their siege camp simultaneously with Plur Ninja. Dahaka has moved up to that top lane, so order has been restored to the world. Rusty holding down the fort mid while that camp was being taken, so as not to miss any soak. We have third wind again. Hyper shift. So looking at that percentage healing, makes me think that we'll see Avatar again. Or Muradin later on. Put some English on it. Volatile acid. Swift as the wind. Both teams are at 4 now, so we'll go through those talents as well eventually. Meanwhile, a lot of pressure bottom lane all of a sudden for Rainbow Spectrum. Genji has had a tough time in this series staying alive. Tyrande displaced over the wall and eventually does die. Longhorn Gaming exerting pressure of their own on the opposite end of the map, side of the map. Celestial Attunement and Lunar Blaze for Tyrande. Regeneration Master and Underking. Oh, but we have an aggression here. Valera does get that kill. Junkrat going down. Unfortunate time to die right before the tribute spawned. Short death timers though, so Longhorn Gaming looks like they're interested in continuing to fight for this tribute. You don't want to die too much over these early tributes. Give away XP for an objective that doesn't really matter at this point. You need 3 of these tributes in order to get value out of the objective, of course. And look at that coordination. Genji dying again. 3 kills to 1. And a reversal of fortune for Longhorn Gaming in terms of hero deaths compared to game 1. This tribute still has not been captured. Look at that Tyrande stun. Nemesis finishing the kill. That's another Junkrat death. And that's going to equal some pressure. Rainbow Spectrum wants this bottom fort. More Valera nastiness. It's going to lead to a Brightwing death. Nemesis is low, Creedy. And Pizza Dog working on the defense of this fort. Looks like it's still going to die.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
So there's a 4.5 minute fort kill.
I grow tired.
Rainbow Spectrum coming out swinging. They may have lost game 1, but obviously they still have lots of spirit available. Let's check on our top lane real quick. Looks like everything's going pretty well for both players in that regard, pretty even. One nice thing about Dahaka versus Zagara is that he can vacuum up that creep really easily. Rainbow Spectrum working on the Bruiser camp here. Both teams at level 8. Rainbow Spectrum has a little bit of a lead this time. We have some bot lane pressure though. Some free push going on by 4 members of Longhorn Gaming. They want to even up this lane. Second tribute was taken by Rainbow Spectrum in the meanwhile. And they're on their boss now. They should be able to take this before the 6th minute. Boss gets stronger every minute. So this will be a 5-minute boss unless they wait. Looks like they're going to cap it right away though. 5 seconds short of the power up.
Face my curse. The choice is
Time is of the essence though. We're seeing the full team support of this boss top lane. Tribute spawned just below this. That's probably one reason why you're seeing this level of support of the boss. Level 9s for both teams, although Rainbow Spectrum is extremely close to 10, so we'll be seeing some ultimates pretty soon. Creedy waiting on into the team, looking for some follow-up. Valera getting some CC out from behind. And Tyrande is going to get credit for another Junkrat kill. 6 kills to 1.
red team has destroyed a fort.
It's like we're in the upside down from game 1. And that top fort died as well. The boss is still alive. And now Longhorn Gaming is cursed with this boss still at, what, 30% health-ish? Best of all possible worlds right now for Rainbow Spectrum. This could result in a keep, depending on the defense here from Longhorn Gaming. We had another fort destroyed. Lots of value for this curse so far for Rainbow Spectrum. Genji dying. Creedy super low, under 200 health for a while there. So much CC on Rusty. And that's going to be a Brightwing death. Rainbow Spectrum on fire right now. 12 to 10. E-Day sliding on in with the Nubarak. The CC is real. Zagara silenced, stunned, and blown up. This should be a dead keep. Rainbow Spectrum getting a keep in 8 minutes. 13 to 10 now in favor of Rainbow Spectrum. 9 kills to 1. 5 buildings to 1. That was another keep that died in mid lane thanks to that curse. Longhorn Gaming is going to have to find some way to recoup. They're down 3 levels. The order is tall. We're going to do a lot of lane defense now. Catapults unlocked for the top and middle lanes for Rainbow Spectrum, and they're looking at the boss. They're going to turn this boss red. Junkrat doing the poke war. Valyria doing a nice job of flanking, trying to confuse and disturb Longhorn Gaming. Muradin getting credit for a kill there. Pizza Dog really low, having to escape. But guess what? Longhorn Gaming is able to save this boss for themselves. Stays blue, but at what cost? It's not too bad. Top lane is utterly manageable. Could this be the start of a Longhorn Gaming comeback? We shall see. Since that bottom fort was already dead, this boss gets to put out some damage on the keep wall. Yet to see where Longhorn Gaming is going to go next. Looks like they're going to work on this bruiser camp as a team, except for Zagar managing that top lane. They have to be constantly babysitting that.
Enough tribute this time.
Boss wasn't able to kill either of the towers, so minimal damage. As they say, hero damage is temporary, building damage is forever. Unless you have Abathur on your team. Next tribute spawning on Longhorn Gaming's half of the map. And they're only down numerically 1 level. It's going to be 2 levels here shortly. They are on the same talent tier though, 13 to 15 as Rainbow Spectrum. So as I said in game 1, as long as you're close in power levels, you can win a team fight, especially when death timers start to get long. You can make a lot of magic happen. The CC though, there's so much CC from Rainbow Spectrum. Pizza Dog, extremely low. Out comes the Riptire. Single target. E-Day taking the brunt of that damage. First of the what should we say, Wave 2 tributes. Captured by Longhorn Gaming. Second one's going to be up in just a moment. It's a rare stun miss by Wono there. Tronda's been on the money so far this game. More malfeasance from Nemesis to get this started. Nice follow-up from an Uberak. And Muradin's cocooned. No tank available for Longhorn Gaming. That's 3 kills so far for Rainbow Spectrum. We're 1-1 on tributes now. Rainbow Spectrum, what are they going to do with this advantage they've created? They have another 7 seconds before Junkrat's up. Creedy should be able to walk away from this, but this is going to be their 3rd and final keep dropping. Right now it looks like Rainbow Spectrum's game to lose. Let's see how they manage this. Shepherd themselves into the late game. 16 to 14 is their advantage in terms of levels. They're going to go ahead and invade this siege camp. Tahaka hanging out in a bush. Just checking out the world down there.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute.
Here's an interesting play. Rainbow Spectrum opting for boss perhaps instead of objective. Fading it out maybe. Longhorn Gaming moving on in. Brightwing using her global to clean up top lane, but That means no healer. And 2 kills for Rainbow Spectrum. Maybe 3, yes, 3. Zagara dying. Along with Muradin and Junkrat. Rainbow Spectrum leaves the tribute. They want to go ahead and move in here while they have these death timers. It's going to be 20 seconds before, 25 seconds before there's a full team. And look at this, more CCs. Crowd control par excellence. Game 2. What a response from Rainbow Spectrum. 14-minute game. We're going to game 3, everybody. What a fantastic response from Rainbow Spectrum. Watch out. They were down, but they're not out. 16 kills to 2. It's pretty much an inversion of game 1. So much aggression, so much crowd control. Just making a quick note for myself for later. Wow, so let's see what we have for the numbers. Tyrande, 52k healing. Brightwing, 22k healing. Tyrande setting up a lot of plays in that game. 4 kills, only 1 death. Anubrak absorbing about the same amount as Muradin. 38 to 37k. Valera having a nice game, 5 kills. Really great flanking work from Nemesis there. Greymane with the highest hero damage over Valera, only by 200. So pretty close contest between Nemesis and Player Ninja. Junkrat, though, with the highest hero damage in the game. 27k. Zagara putting out the hurt as well, 26, but only 1 kill notched between them. Alright, so game 3 coming up. Now we're going to have to ask Longhorn Gaming what they want to do. The loser of a map gets to choose map pick or hero pick, so let's go and hang out with our bracket for just a little while longer while we get game 3 set up. If you're just joining us, this is a roller coaster ride in Division D West between 2nd seed Longhorn Gaming and 7th seed Rainbow Spectrum. Hold on to your hats, folks. We'll be back in just a moment with game 3. All right, folks, game 3 coming up in just a moment. We're filling in this lobby. Have some predictions in chat. -40 saying incoming Toronto or Valera ban in game 3. Kimmy Bo saying that Valera Greymane combo is pretty effective. I have to agree. Yeah, Toronto, Zul Rules saying definitely Toronto. They were wise to ban her game 1. She was a monster in game 2. Gender Druid saying it's the first game 3 of the playoffs. Really? That's quite amazing. That's an amazing statistic. All right, folks, we're breaking new ground. Let's go ahead and see if both captains are ready for our draft. Oops, have to make a player swap. Again, if you're just joining us, this is round 1 of the playoffs, NGS Season 5 playoffs. We're in Division D West right now between the 2nd and 7th place seeds, Longhorn Gaming and Rainbow Spectrum. And we're looking at 1-1 going into a game 3. Longhorn Gaming choosing the map this time. Going to take us to Battlefield of Eternity. Checking both captains are ready, and we'll get the draft going. Thanks everyone for joining us for this fantastic series. Looks like we're all set. Battlefield of Eternity. Again, this was Longhorn Gaming's map choice. So Rainbow Spectrum gets first ban, first hero pick. Turn on our background music. How's everybody doing? I'm Odd Thought, your host. And I'm just blown away by the reversal of fortune here. Game 1. Such a commanding performance from Longhorn Gaming, and then the response from Rainbow Spectrum in game 2. They had the pedal to the metal from moment 1 in game 2. So this might be 2nd seed versus 7th seed, but it looks like it's anybody's series at this point. First 2 bans, Diablo and Hanzo. Rainbow Spectrum ultra consistent with their first bans in this series. Angus Lee, thanks for stopping by. Cat Peach, hello, hello. Sorry about creating some casting drama earlier. Glad I was able to pull it together and be here. It's a fantastic series, as I said. Alright, so we have the Kerrigan ban again, and there's the Toronto Respect ban. Predicted in chat. Alright, now we're into heroes that will actually be in the match. In this all-important Game 3, winner advances to the next round. So only be the 2nd team to advance in Division D West, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, Muradin. First pick, Muradin. Claiming the Dwarf Warrior for their own is Rainbow Spectrum. So one thing to look for in the draft, of course, the Battlefield of Eternity, there's a decision. Do you want to be more macro? Do you want to be based on burning down the Immortals on this map? Li Ming and Artanis first rotation from Longhorn Gaming, securing their offlaner and their mage. Li Ming getting a little extra value here perhaps because there's such a maze in the middle of the map. So she can do a lot of poke through walls where you don't even know her location. Be really sneaky blow up, plus those resets of course. Artanis is super good, burning down the immortals like I was talking about earlier. Gray main and white main, so we have the mains. We have the mains in the house for Rainbow Spectrum. Gender Druid says, super excited Rainbow Spectrum played so well in Game 2. We can do it. Rainbow Spectrum fans speaking up in chat. Might see a Vala pick, says not Galdreis. Could be. This is one of the maps where you still see Vala on a fairly consistent basis, right? Hey, thank you so much, -40, for the follow. I don't have my stream announcements on during NGS casts, so I'll just thank you personally right now. Thanks, Cat Peach. Alright, final bans. We have Yrel banned by Longhorn Gaming, and the final ban of this Game 3 draft, Garrosh. Little bit of a tank choke there from Rainbow Spectrum. Longhorn Gaming has some reduced options in that position now. Let's see what they do with their next rotation. Greymane could have an interesting time into Artanis blinds if Artanis goes that way, by the way. ETC Alex Straza. ETC, not a frontliner that you see a whole lot this past season, but he definitely has a lot to offer. I think some people think he's a bit on the squishy side these days, but the CC is real. Wonder what kind of ultimate we'll get. Both of his ultimates are quite good. Alright, final rotation for Rainbow Spectrum, securing an offlaner and some more damage. It's going to be Cassia and Blaze. Alex Straza, strong healer, especially if you go with that Lifebinder ultimate. Seems particularly strong these days. I see that more often than not. We have a Phoenix round out these two teams. Phoenix with that high mobility, lots of slows, full body shield, all that goodness. Kind of a big body though in that maze. Could be interesting to see how teams navigate around that. Alright. Looking like some pretty balanced drafts here. I don't see any major weaknesses. What do you think, chat? Who's going to win this Game 3 and the series? I'm going to fade myself out and read off some names. We have Creedy34 for Longhorn Gaming playing ETC, Rusty on Artanis, Pizza Dog on Li Ming, Caldo Soup on Phoenix, and Dweezy playing Alex Straza. For Rainbow Spectrum, we have Wo No on Whitemane, Eday15 playing Muradin, Blaze played by Ulysses. We have, what are the last two? Greymane by Plur Ninja, and Cassia played by Nemesis. The load-in's so good. Everybody has high quality machines or something. Alright, out come the sprays, including the Rainbow Unicorn. Seems fitting from Rainbow Spectrum. You see the GLHFs in chat. Looking like Artanis versus Blaze in the top lane. Let's go, folks. Game 3. Division D West, bringing it to you in high style. Rainbow Spectrum in the red, Longhorn Gaming in the blue. This is for everything, all the marbles this season. Two teams enter, one team leaves. Let's go. Starting off with some dancing and some poking. Top lane, about the same. ETC going with Prog Rock. We have Amateur Opponent, Power Hungry from Li Ming. Arsenal synergy. Live and let live. Investing in Gift of Life. Alex Straza. White Mane going with Clemency. Muradin going with Perfect Storm. Saw Third Wind in the previous 2 games, I do believe. Let's bounce around just a bit here. No hard engages. New habits from Blaze, Wolfheart out of Greymane, and Thunderstroke from Cassia. Cat Peach saying Rainbow Draft is strong. Lots of Rainbow Spectrum love in chat right now. They are the underdogs coming into tonight as the number 7 seed. Longhorn Gaming second, finishing second after the regular season. There's a slide in from Creedy 34. Nothing much beyond that though. Both teams content right now to just gather that XP. Really aggressive play by Artanis here. Pushing in this lane quite a bit, taking some damage as a result, but definitely not in any danger. And we have some camp prioritization. Still a little ways off from the objective. Wonder if these will get capped right away or if we'll wait.
Our eternal battle will soon be upon you.
Looks like the cap is going to happen right away, at least from Rainbow Spectrum's side. Rainbow Spectrum did take that bottom mercenary camp, by the way. I don't think I covered that as it happened. E-Day 15 hanging out in the vent. That's information is king in this game. You can keep the opponent from knowing where you are. That can be quite valuable. ETC making a play on Greymane. No follow-up on that one though, just speculative. E-Day taking quite a bit of damage here in the early going. Doesn't have that third wind for the bonus healing. Keep that in mind. There's a swap on Nemesis. Cassia, as she's moving, has that physical armor though. Below 300 health. Kill was not secured though. Greymane is going to die though. Both E-Day 15 and Nemesis really low. Whoa, no, another displacement, and that will result in a kill. So we have 2 kills to none for Longhorn Gaming. Echoing game 1 a little bit here. Longhorn Gaming moves on up to the red Immortal. Put out all of their damage unopposed at that point with those 2 kills. 6-5 now. Sorry, XP total. We're at halftime. And now round 2 of this fight begins. We just have a couple of base or DPS races going on. Ultimately, it will be Longhorn Gaming securing that first Immortal. Let's see how much value they can get. 6-6. XP is really close. Kill count is also low. 2 kills in 5 minutes. It's not too heavy. E-Day sussing out that bush meta. Our solo laners are where they ought to be according to standard play. The rest of Longhorn Gaming is supporting the Immortal top lane. Level 7 reached at a good time for Longhorn Gaming. E-Day 15 super low and blown up. Alex Straza getting the credit for that kill. Making good use of that brief level 7 advantage that they had. Longhorn Gaming also kills the entire top gate apparatus. And they're going to move on up to the camp here, just above top lane. Seeing a rotation toward the bottom from Rainbow Spectrum. Oh, they reverse course just as I announce it. Back to the top we go, because Longhorn Gaming is opting to pressure this fort. They want an early building kill. We have it down to about 50% before Rainbow Spectrum shoos them away. Let's take a peek at bottom lane while our two 4-player groups figure out what they want to do next.
I shall land in
8 to 8. It's our experience level. 3 to 0 is kill count. Now we're back to the bruiser camp phase. 9 to 8 now. Longhorn Gaming has about a half level lead. They're going to go ahead and wait on this cap. We're going to go down to the 0 hour, it looks like. Smartly done. Same thing by Rainbow Spectrum, so some adjustments made there by both teams.
cower before me.
Rainbow Spectrum on the Immortal right away. So we're not having any team fights this time. Both teams down to business. Now it looks like we're going to have more of an interaction between the two teams. Longhorn Gaming opting to defend. There's a stun from Ulysses on Rusty. Ooh, and a blow-up. Greymane going down in a hurry. Muradin and Blaze. 3 kills for Longhorn Gaming. That's not all. The ETC move and that follow-up is going to be a full team wipe. And once again, we see the Longhorn Gaming taking team fights, as we saw in Game 1. Back and forth affair between these two teams across these 3 games. Let's see if Rainbow Spectrum can flip the script from Game 1, though. Find their footing in these team fights. 10 to 9. I haven't been able to talk about talents very much, so much is going on so far. But the ultimates, we have Mosh Pit, Suppression Pulse, Wave of Force, Planet Cracker, and Cleansing Flame from Alexstrasza. No interest in that Life Binder. And here we go. The Immortal still has about half of its shield, a little under half of its shield, so it's going to be doing ranged attacks until that shield's gone, then it'll move into melee attack phase. Shield's going down pretty quickly. Rainbow Spectrum doing a good job getting some damage out on it. And there's an ETC slide, E-Day stunned. But look at that damage from Rainbow Spectrum. ETC, that squishiness I was talking about in draft, maybe coming into play a little bit there. Rainbow Spectrum getting their first kill of the game. Look at this rotation. Ulysses. Ooh. Trying to slip slide away. Bunker dropped, saving his life. The power of Bunker is revealed. Nicely done, Ulysses. Stay alive there. Oh, but I spoke too soon. Look at that Alexstrasza action. The insane Alexstrasza play. But really it's a 1-for-1, actually 2-for-1 as it turns out, because Artanis and Phoenix died. StarCraft having a tough time there. That strange interaction. Good point from not Galdre Ice. I'm saying your name wrong, I just know I'm butchering it. In terms of Greymane with the race. And look at this, Greymane, we're talking about you and you just got blown up. There's a pick by Longhorn Gaming on Greymane. Deaths are coming fast and furious outside of major team fights. Top camp taken by Rainbow Spectrum, meanwhile, as they wait for Greymane to return to the map. Be another 6 seconds or so.
reach your position shortly.
Ultimates, we saw Bunker, Scarlet Aegis, Avatar, Cursed Bullet, and Ball Lightning be the other ultimates chosen by Rainbow Spectrum. We're entering the 11th minute. Loser Camp started by Rainbow Spectrum. Longhorn Gaming already at work on theirs.
Repent before my wrath, demon.
Alright, objective is up. Both teams opting to defend to start. A little nervy beginning here. Creedy looking to make a play, hanging out in that vent. E-Day checking it. Getting stunned. Here's the follow-up. There's a swap. Here's the mosh into the Planet Cracker. The combo. Greymane dying. Alex Straza getting credit for that. Nemesis super low and dying. E-Day 15 trying to stay alive. It's just not going to happen though. 3 kills. Longhorn Gaming have reclaimed the team fight mastery. Artanis, Rusty's going to go up here and try to save this fort top lane. Immortals at halftime. We'll hang out here just for a moment, see if this building can be saved. Looks like it will be. Amateur opponent is no joke. And this is going to be another Immortal for Longhorn Gaming. They grab their globes. And looks like we're going to have a full team support of the Immortal as it drops down into the top lane. 15-13. Rainbow Spectrum on the same talent tier. However, briefly, that's going to be untrue here in just a moment. 16-13 now for Longhorn Gaming as they pick a new round of talents. There's a swap on Plur Ninja by Rusty. Rainbow Spectrum opting for the team fight. Artanis was really low, but kill couldn't be secured. Nemesis is also super low. Cassia hopping in bunker. Actually, 3 members of Rainbow Spectrum in that bunker. Flamethrowers a go-go. Muradin getting killed. Artanis dying. Cassia dying. Plur Ninja, oh no! That's going to be a Greymane death. Out comes Planet Cracker on Ulysses. He's able to slide out of it. Wono on Whitemane, still alive. Ulysses down to 400 health. Chased back into their base to heal up. And this looks like it's going to be GG for Game 3. Longhorn Gaming has the core down to 30%. There's a mosh on 2 members of Rainbow Spectrum to finish out this game. And that will be Longhorn's Game 3 and Series. GG. Alright, Longhorn Gaming able to make it happen, reclaiming their teamfight expertise, their teamfight prowess. So, real seesaw affair, 16-4 kills in Game 3 for Longhorn Gaming. Alex Straza getting 5 kills, including that nice kill with the ultimate. 6 kills for Li Ming, 43k hero damage. Pizza Dog having a time. Alex Straza winning that heal battle 35-22. Blaze doing some XP work, Ulysses against Artanis, 13-10 on XP there from our solo laners. Cassia, top hero damage, Nemesis playing Cassia, 28k. But it wasn't enough for Rainbow Spectrum. Game 3 going to Longhorn Gaming, and they will advance to the next round. We'll see if we can set up a brief conversation here to follow up that incredible 3-game series me get a message out to Creedy and see if we can make something happen for everybody. All right, I just sent out a message. Pardon my silence while I'm typing that out. Go ahead and move into a lobby here. Hopefully we can get a chat. All right, folks, let me also give a point where it belongs. Longhorn Gaming 2-1. Well, you won't see that on this screen. See that on the outro, I suppose. May have to send a game in or a message in client to get this interview set up. All right, hang tight, folks. Let's see if we can get that going for you. Thanks, everybody, for watching Division D West here. Only the second series to be played, I believe. Okay, looks like Creedy is on their way. Okay, cool. Game 1 going to Longhorn Gaming. And much. Oh, and that's Creedy, I do believe.
Yep. Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty well. Congratulations on advancing to the next round.
Thanks.
Took 3 games. Let's see. Game 3 seemed to echo Game 1 in terms of team fighting. Seemed to make the difference in both games. What do you have to say on that front in terms of the arc of this series?
Yeah, we just felt like we were better at team fighting and they were better at the macro game on maps like Curse Hollow. So that's why we picked the team fighting oriented maps. I mean, there's definitely some macro play on Infernal, but it's also very team fight oriented when it comes to the objective. So we definitely thought about working on our team fight in both games. So
Right on. So for some of our viewers who may be watching you for the first time, I wonder if you can give us just a quick intro as to how you entered NGS Season 5, a little bit about your team.
Yeah, sure. So about 4 of our players on the team are on the UT HOTS team. So we're competing in TESPA right now.
Okay.
So we just joined the league as a good way to practice for the upcoming Heroes of the Dorm next semester. So yeah.
Right on. So maybe you can talk a little bit about your approach to the draft entering that 3rd game. Did the Game 3 scenario sort of change the way you guys approach things? Not giving away any spoilers maybe for your future drafts, but I know that can be a high pressure situation. I'm just wondering if there's a little behind the scenes.
I mean, we just really wanted to focus on our team fight. We didn't have anything super crazy that we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure they didn't get Hanzo on first pick. Other than that, and same thing with Toronto, we didn't want that burst potential on the objective. And so we just kind of focused on getting our team fight, but also having that burst. So, or having that race condition as well. So we just really wanted to win the team fight, and then once we won the team fight, go and kill the objective.
Nice. It looks like you're going to be facing either Spicy Boys or Mildly Interesting in the next round. I don't know if you have any speculation on your upcoming matches with either of those 2 teams.
We've played them both before. They were both good. So we played them a while ago, I believe. So I don't have too much ideas on what to expect in that, but we're definitely gonna look into what they've been playing and try and prepare our best for them next week.
Right on. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun to watch if it's anything like tonight. I heard in chat someone said this was the first Game 3 of the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess
that's crazy.
Guess you 2 are breaking new ground there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, I won't keep you too long. I tend to keep my interviews kind of short, but I wonder if you have any shout-outs or anything before we end our broadcast tonight.
Not really. Just if anyone's watching is a UT fan, thanks for watching. Yeah, just thanks for casting.
Okay. Oh, and sorry again for starting it late.
No, that's good. No big deal.
Okay. Thanks for your patience on that front.
Awesome.
But anyway, congratulations again. Keeping that season alive. Heading on to the next round, Longhorn Gaming.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next round. Good luck.
Yep. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, folks. Let's see if there's a raid possibility here. I want to look at the schedule. There might be some more action going on around the league. We'll just take a moment to do that. And it looks like... maybe we can hop over to Gravesville, casting a Storm Division matchup between FWC Esports and Luxurian Sun. So why don't we head over that direction? I want to thank everyone again. I know we had a slight delay in the start time, so thanks for your patience there. And look forward to casting more games in Division D West as this bracket moves forward. Outside of that, fantastic matchup. Division D West, second seed, Longhorn Gaming, able to eke out a win in 3 games. Let's say eke out because it was a kind of a scary affair for them, maybe entering Game 3 after Game 2. Rainbow Spectrum doing so well, extending the series to 3. Anyway, Longhorn Gaming moving on to the next round. We'll look at our bracket here too right before we check out. And then we'll do a raid over to Gravesville and catch some Storm Division action. Also, look out for Cat Peach GG if you're into Division D West, because we have another game coming up, mildly interesting and Spicy Boys, I'm sorry, coming up at 9 p.m. Pacific. That's in about 10 minutes. A little too far out to raid Cat Peach right now. I think I raided Cat Peach the other night, and it was slightly before the cast started, so oops. But anyways, so yeah, look for more Division D West action if that's your jam, coming up at 9 p.m. over at Cat Peach GG. I've been Odd Thought, your host, and thanks again for joining us, and congratulations one more time to Longhorn Gaming on their advancement to the next round, and I'll see you next time.